The day everything changed, Ethan sat alone at his kitchen table late one evening. Spread across the table were credit card statements, a car loan bill, a personal loan statement, and several overdue notices. Every month felt the same. He worked hard, earned a decent paycheck, and yet somehow had nothing left at the end of the month. The stress followed him everywhere. It affected his sleep, his relationships, and even his health. One night he added up all his debts for the first time. The number shocked him. He realized the problem wasn't that he didn't earn enough money. It was that he had never faced the full picture. That moment became a turning point. Instead of avoiding the problem, Ethan decided to confront it head-on. He wrote down every debt, every balance, every interest rate, and every minimum payment. For the first time, he saw exactly what he was fighting against. It wasn't easy. The truth hurt, but clarity gave him something he hadn't felt in years: hope. He realized that debt wasn't a life sentence. It was a problem that could be solved with a plan. Building a plan instead of making excuses. The next morning Ethan made a promise to himself. No more excuses. No more hoping things would magically improve. He created a simple budget and tracked every dollar he spent. The results were surprising. Small expenses had become major leaks in his financial boat. Streaming services, impulse purchases, convenience store snacks, restaurant meals, and random online shopping were draining hundreds of dollars every month. Ethan chose the debt snowball method. He focused all extra money on the smallest debt while making minimum payments on everything else. Friends laughed at his strict budget. Some told him he deserved to enjoy life. But Ethan knew something they didn't. Every dollar spent on things he didn't need was a dollar delaying his freedom. Month after month he attacked the smallest balance. Then one day it disappeared. For the first time, he experienced a small financial victory. It wasn't a huge amount, but psychologically it changed everything. He realized progress creates motivation, and motivation creates momentum. The power of increasing income. After 6 months Ethan noticed something important. Cutting expenses could only take him so far. If he wanted to get out of debt faster, he needed to increase his income. Instead of spending evenings watching television, he started looking for opportunities. He sold unused items around his house. He picked up weekend side work. He learned a skill that allowed him to earn extra money online. Every extra dollar went directly toward debt. The transformation was remarkable. While most people used raises and side income to upgrade their lifestyle, Ethan used every additional dollar to buy freedom. Some weekends were exhausting. He worked when others relaxed. He sacrificed comfort while others spent freely. But he understood something powerful. Temporary sacrifice creates permanent benefits. As his income increased, his debt balances began falling much faster. What once seemed impossible started feeling inevitable. Debt was no longer controlling his future. He was taking control of it. Momentum changes everything. 2 years after starting his journey, Ethan's life looked completely different. Several debts were gone. His monthly payments had dropped significantly. Every debt he eliminated freed up more cash flow, allowing him to attack the next one even faster. This is where momentum became powerful. Each victory accelerated the next victory. Instead of feeling trapped, Ethan felt energized. He began setting larger goals. He built a small emergency fund to avoid falling back into debt. He learned how interest worked and finally understood why debt keeps people poor for years. The banks had been making money from his mistakes. Now he was making progress because of his discipline. Friends who once laughed at his budget began asking for advice. Some were shocked by how much debt he had paid off. Ethan explained that there was no secret, no lottery ticket, no miracle investment, just consistent action repeated every week and every month. Success was boring, but it worked. Debt-free and building wealth. 3 years after that stressful night at the kitchen table, Ethan made his final debt payment. He stared at the screen in disbelief. No credit card balances, no personal loans, no consumer debt. For the first time in his adult life, his paycheck belonged entirely to him. The feeling was difficult to describe. It wasn't excitement like buying a new car. It wasn't temporary happiness like a vacation. It was peace, the kind of peace that comes from knowing you control your money instead of your money controlling you. But something even more important happened next. Ethan didn't stop. He redirected all the money that had once gone to debt into investments. The same discipline that helped him eliminate debt now helped him build wealth. His net worth began growing. His stress disappeared. His confidence increased. Looking back, he realized the biggest lesson wasn't financial. It was personal. Debt freedom wasn't created by income alone. It was created by behavior. Anyone willing to follow a plan, stay consistent, and make temporary sacrifices could achieve the same result. The journey was difficult, but the reward was life-changing.